34 victory. St. Mary's 18-16 in the fourth quarter. Huskies had a big day at the free throw line to get that win over a 16-5 O'Neill St. Mary's team. Well, we're going to take a 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll introduce you to our boys matchup between the Knights and the Badgers on KBRB. Back in 60 seconds for our friends at KVSH as well. And we welcome you back here on KBRB, AM 14, FM 106.3, KBRB.net, and to our friends, Heart City Radio, KVSH 940 AM in Valentine, and on the web at KVSH.com as we get set for this boys varsity matchup. Still 1 week remaining in the regular season after this one, as the North Central Knights at 10-9 get set to host the 1-17 Valentine Badgers. The Knights after this one will go on the road next Friday to take on a 13-6 Stewart team in Stewart Auditorium in a game we will have next week on KBRB. For the Valentine Badgers, they will be home next week to a very good team out of Class C1 in the Gordon Rushville Mustangs, who come in 17-2. Got to see their game in the Western Trails Conference Championship when they held on for a 1-point win over Bridgeport, but that's a 17-2 Gordon Rushville team that has knocked off the likes of Ainsworth and some other good squads, and that's who Valentine will have to close out the regular season. Well, we're here on our pregame show as the Knights at 10-9 take on the 1-17 Badgers. Badgers' lone win came on the 11th of January, 54-41 against Cody Kilgore. Several common opponents. Badgers, as they always do, play a pretty tough schedule out of mainly Class C1 competition. For North Central, the Knights coming off a 49-41 victory on Tuesday at Colome, South Dakota. Knights went 1-1 in the Niobrara Valley Conference Tournament, winning in the opening round 35-29 over Boyd County before losing a tight one 49-45 over a 17-4 Elgin Public Pope John team that finished as the conference runner-up to O'Neill St. Mary's. Knights had won, they have won 6 of their last 9 to get back above the 500 mark at 10-9. Well, let's take a 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll introduce you to our starting lineups for the Knights and the Badgers for a high school boys matchup coming up on KBRB. We're back in 60 seconds on KVSH 940. And we're back here about 4 minutes and change away from the introduction of the starting lineup. It's going to be a late one here tonight at Rock County High School after Wrestling Parents Night, as the North Central Knights get set to take on the Valentine Badgers. And let's introduce you to the starting lineup for both teams, as lineups brought to you by Three River, your area telecommunications and technology leader. And we'll start with the 1-17 Valentine Badgers, coached by class of 96 alum at Valentine High School, Nick Larson, assisted by Ben Shelburne and Randy Klender, as Randy dons the coaching jersey when he's not got the stripes on out at working at one of the crews around the area. The Badgers will start. Number 3, Cody Frank, 5'10" and a senior. Number 13, Jack Lancaster, 6 foot and a junior. Number 21, freshman Andon Olson gets the start at 5 foot 10 inches. Number 25, Seth Vavra, 5'11" and a sophomore. And number 35, Lex Larson, a 5'11" sophomore. Just 2 seniors on the Badger roster. That is Cody Frank and Cameron Jordan. Lineups brought to you by Three River, reliable, secure, and affordable. Three Rivers Fiber Network is all of those things and more. Great speed, crystal clear video, and residential fiber internet service starts at just $39.95 a month. For more than 60 years, Three River has continued to offer the most advanced and reliable options available for television, telephone, and internet right into your home. Keeping you connected is literally their business. Three River, your broadband leader. See more at threeriver.net. Now the starting lineup for the 10-9 North Central Knights. They are coached by Troy Graff, assisted by Craig Lorenz. The Knights will start in the backcourt. Number 1, Dolan Pospischel, 5'10" and a senior. Joining him on the wings will be number 0, Troy Reynolds, 6'1" and a senior. And number 10, Carson Anderson, 5'8" and a junior. And in the front court for the Knights, number 14, Raiden Orton. Orton is a 5'11" junior. And number 23, Ryan Painter, 6'1" and a senior. Your starters for the North Central Knights. Knights are led on the season by Ryan Painter, now averaging just over 11 points per game. Dolan Pospischel at about 10.5 points per game. Raiden Norton just shy of 10 per ball game. And Carson Anderson in at 7 points per game. Troy Reynolds averaging about 5.5 points per ball game. Orton leads the Knights at 7.5 rebounds per game. Then you get 5.5 boards per ball game out of Painter and over 4 rebounds a game from Troy Reynolds. Knights on the season average 44 points per game offensively. Well, for the Valentine Badgers, they are led on the season, but just shy of 10 points per game by Cody Frank. They are then getting about 6 points per game out of Jack Lancaster. And off the bench, Nathan Parrott. They're getting 5 points a game from freshman Andon Olson. Lex Larson averaging about 6.5 points per game for this Badger team. Those are leading scorers for Valentine on the season, as they will look for win number 2. Still another regular season week to go on the boys' side before we get into sub-district play. And for the Knights, they will be on the road next week at Stewart for a Friday matchup that we'll have on KBRB from Stewart Auditorium. Well, they're about set to introduce the starting lineups for those in attendance here at Rock County High School. Nice crowds made the way from Valentine East for this one down Highway 20. As looks like Mr. Dostal, Mr. Wolf, Mr. DeKay are officials tonight for these 2 matchups. So we will take a break here coming up and bring you back for the start of the boys varsity matchup. We're going to take a 90-second timeout, 90-second break on KBRB and KVSH. We'll be back to the tip from Rock County. Well, we're going to cut that break short. For those of you over on KVSH, hope you're catching that as they are ready to go here. So we'll bring you back on KBRB and KVSH for the tip between the North Central Knights at 10-9 and the 1-17 Valentine Badgers. Knights will be in their home white uniforms with the blue numbers and letters and the blue stripe. Valentine in their road red uniforms with the silver numbers and letters and silver stripe. It will be Raiden Norton jumping center with Jack Lancaster. Knights will go from left to right, from south to north here in the first half. North Central basketball, as Dolan Pospisil for a moment was headed the wrong direction and was being guarded while he did. And a deep three taken right away off the front rim for Ryan Painter, and the board down to Seth Vavra. And a quick three from the Knights won't fall. And now we'll see, looks like man-to-man defensively for North Central to start the game. As with it, Lex Larson, as it's poked out of bounds by Painter right into the hands of girls coach Alex McCleary over on the far sideline. So it will be Larson to bring it in for Valentine. Lex into Lancaster and hands it off to Cody Frank. Leading scorer for this Badger team is Frank, one of two seniors, along with Cameron Jordan, who comes off the bench. Try to throw it over the top, and that's turned over by Larson into the hands of Dolan Pospisil, so the Badgers turn it over on their first possession. Pospisil swinging his way through a double team on the way to the hoop, and he'll earn the foul and go to the line. Quick move. Dolan Pospisil just knifing down the middle of the lane, split a double team. The foul goes on Jack Lancaster, and Dolan to the free throw line for a couple of attempts. Dolan on the season, a 65% free throw shooter. He's at 65, and Painter at 67%, but as a team, Knights shooting just 49%. But the two seniors shooting it pretty well at the line. Pospisil knocks that one in for our first point of the game. Second free throw good as well, as Dolan is on the board with two. Knights strike first, less than a minute in. North Central wins the girls' game 35-24. West Holt knocked off St. Mary's on the girls' side. 45-34, best win of the year for the West Holt Huskies. And it is a drive by Frank, and he loses the handle on it, still loose. Saved by Lancaster to keep the possession into the corner to Larson. Larson against Painter. Tries to go to work off the dribble. Good defense by Painter, hounding Larson. Nowhere for him to go. He has to back it back outside. Now hands it off to Frank. Deep three, Cody Frank won't go. Troy Reynolds up for the board for North Central. Back the other way comes Pospisil. Dolan takes a quick three on the wing. That one front rim, no. And the rebound tipped outside, but saved by the freshman Andon Olson. Olson brings it across and on the right wing. Bounces it into the corner to Vavra, guarded by Troy Reynolds. Vavra hands off to Larson. Badgers has not scored yet against this North Central man-to-man. Here is Frank up top. Into the hands of Vavra. Knights really extending. It's basically a four-out lineup with Lancaster kind of roaming the high post. They try to keep driving lanes, do the Badgers, but keep everybody spread out on the floor. They throw it inside to Lancaster. Goes up and scores on the assist from Olson. Lancaster has the bucket. Olson with the assist, and we're tied at 2. 2 minutes in. Pospisil works the left wing into the corner to Reynolds. Troy turns the corner all the way to the hoop. Can't get the shot to go, but he's fouled. Quick move. Boy, Troy had a burst of speed there from the left corner, took it into the paint. And the foul will go on the freshman Andon Olson and put Troy Reynolds to the line for free throws. Troy on the season, a 32% free throw shooter at 10 for 31, but he knocks that one, and he's doing better lately at the line is Troy. That free throw percentage was down around 20 to 25%, so he's pushed it up a little bit here. Second one is up, and that'll help as he knocks in a pair. Troy 2 for 2 on that trip to the line. All 4 North Central points have come from the free throw line, and the Knights take a 4-2 lead. And Frank tries to throw it outside. Vavra cut in right as he did it, and that's a turnover on the Badgers. Badgers will be tomorrow in district wrestling in the C4 district at O'Neill, along with the West Holt Huskies. Night wrestlers tomorrow. It was Parents' Night for North Central here for the wrestling program, and there's a travel out high on Carson Anderson. First whistle against the Knights for a turnover. Knights will be in Burwell for the D3 district wrestling meet starting at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Ainsworth tomorrow will be in the D1 district wrestling meet from Maxwell. So just 17 miles separates Ainsworth and Bassett, but the Knights at Burwell and the Bulldogs down in Maxwell for district wrestling. And Westhold up into Class C will be with Valentine and O'Neill in the C4 district meet. That'll be a good district. Vavra double team, gets it to Lancaster, shut off in the paint, feeds it out to Olson. Olson on a drive, tough shot, hangs and scores from 10. Contested shot for Andon Olson, the freshman, but he knocks it home, and we're tied at 4. Played 3 minutes of basketball. Crossover for Pospisil, takes it inside. Shot, though, swatted by Larson. Larson with the block and the rebound, takes it the other way, and it's knocked out of bounds by Raiden Orton. And, boy, Raiden went chest first right into this stage. They've got it padded here at Rock County High School, but not a lot of room back there, and Raiden might have had the wind knocked out of him a little bit. He'll come out as in comes senior Eddie Reynolds at 6 foot. He'll give Orton a chance to catch his breath after going chest first into that stage. Vavra, high post to Lancaster, and that was a travel, I believe. They're going to give him a and one. Coach Troy Graff says, are you kidding me? And that was a 4-step travel. They're going to give that an and one. All right, so Jack Lancaster gets the bucket and the foul. The foul will go on Troy Reynolds, and Coach Troy Graff saying, wow, that was maybe a 4-step travel, as the free throw won't fall, and Reynolds down with the rebound. So Lancaster with 4 early points for the Badgers, and Valentine takes its first lead at 6-4. Here's a deep three-painter. That's off the front rim, and the board down to Vavra. So a good start for Valentine. I saw the Badgers last in the opening round of the Southwest Conference Tournament when they were tied with Ainsworth at 20 apiece before the Bulldogs just got hot for the last 20 minutes of that game. Deep three, Larson, too strong. Rebound on the weak side. Troy Reynolds has 3 boards already, and a timeout quick here for Coach Troy Graff. We're going to take 1-2 halfway through quarter number 1. 6-4 Valentine on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard. We're back after this 30-second timeout. Have a score update from West Holt tonight as the West Holt boys fresh off a nice win on the third-place game of the Niobrara Valley Conference Tournament against Elkhorn Valley, and then a Tuesday victory we had on KBRB against Niobrara Verdigris. They trail O'Neill St. Mary's 15-9 after 1, but West Holt with 8 fouls in the first quarter, 3 on Jakeem Brown and 3 on Lincoln Conrad, so a tough first for the Huskies foul-wise, as there is a foul on a drive and shot by Carson Anderson as he got Larson in the air. That'll be the first on Lex Larson, 3rd foul against the Badgers, and we'll put Carson Anderson to the line for 2 shots. Carson struggling a bit at the line, just 49%, 19 for 39. Good shooter overall, but he struggled at the line a bit. That one off the front rim. First sub in for the second sub in for the Knights is Jackson Halleck. Halleck 6'2" and a sophomore. Painter exits, Reynolds exits as Orton returns. Second free throw here for Carson. That one is good. So Carson splits the 2. All 5 North Central points in this first quarter have come at the free throw line. Knights have yet to hit a field goal. Trailed by 1 to the Valentine Badgers with 3:40 to go in the opening quarter. Larson with it, working against Eddie Reynolds in the North Central man-to-man defense. Larson directing traffic. Now we'll go with a little crossover. Drives and a travel called on Larson. So that will be the 3rd turnover on the Badgers. 3:28 remaining in our opening quarter of basketball here in this boys varsity matchup. North Central back over the 500 mark at 10-9. Valentine at 1-17. North Central and West Holt fighting for the potential top seed in their C2 sub-district along with Summerland and Neely Oakdale. Right now it's West Holt a little bit ahead of North Central for that top spot, but the Huskies playing a good St. Mary's team tonight in Atkinson. Knights have a chance here with a couple of bonus points to going up to play the C1 Badgers to pick up 43 points with a win. Foul the second on Jack Lancaster on the shot by Jackson Halleck, and Halleck can't get that free throw to fall. Knights already attempting free throw number 8 coming up. Halleck just 1 for 9 on the season at the line. That makes him 1 for 10. Lancaster out with the 2 fouls. as into the game comes Nathan Parrott. Parrott, a 6'1 junior. Second free shot for Halleck. That one finds the range, rattles around and in. And we are deadlocked at 6. North Central 6 for 8 at the free throw line. All 6 of their points coming at the line on 4 Valentine fouls. They've all been shooting fouls. Olsen bounces it along the baseline to Larson. Nice feed down to Vavra for the score. Lex Larson on the assist. Seth Vavra, a nice cut inside for the catch and finish. Valentine retakes the lead. Our 4th lead change of the half, or of the quarter. Spin move by Orton. He flips up the shot. That won't fall. And the board down to Cody Frank as Orton hits the deck hard. Frank kicks it out to Olsen, and a timeout going to be taken by Coach Nick Larson with 2:39 to go in the quarter. Valentine leading North Central 8-6. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with more on KBRB and KVSH. Well, with 2:39 to go in the first quarter, North Central does not yet have a field goal, but trails Valentine 8-6 on the strength of 6 for 8 free throws in the opening frame. Badgers with 4 2-point field goals. They are 0 for 1 at the line. Drive by Frank. Has to flip it up at the backboard as he got caught in the air. And the rebound down to Ryan Painter. It'll count as a shot. Painter out on the wing, into the hands of Reynolds up top, looking for a flashing Orton, not there. Now to Painter as Halleck cuts to the hoop. Painter on the drive, takes it in. His shot is blocked, but a foul as Painter hits the floor. And 2 more free throws here for the Knights. They'll be free throws 9 and 10 here in the first 5:45, and that's going to be the second on Lex Larson. So 2 on Lancaster, 2 on Larson. The 2 leading scorers are 2 of the top scorers, the top 3 of 4. In this for the season on Valentine's side as Painter knocks in the free throw. Ryan's first free throw attempt is in. We told you Painter and Pospish pretty solid at the line. Painter at 67%. Larson checks out with the 2 fouls. As into the game comes Connor Kreitner. Kreitner is a 5'10 junior. Second free throw for Painter. Good as well. And the Knights making hay at the line. They are 8 for 10 for all 8 of their first quarter points, and we are tied at 8 apiece. The 10-9 Knights and the 1-17 Badgers. They throw it inside to Vavra, and he is pushed and fouled. That's on the floor. It'll go, I believe, against Raiden Orton. Nope, it's going on Halleck instead. Jackson Halleck picks up the foul, his first. Second foul on North Central with 2:04 to go here in the first. Olsen, the freshman, looking to get it in. The 5-second count is on and just finds the outlet to Frank and avoids a steal attempt from Reynolds. Olsen throws one against the side of the backboard, just kind of lost track of where he was, and the rebound down to Reynolds. Troy with 4 already. Kicks it out to Painter for a missed 3. Orton, though, with the offensive rebound. Takes it inside. Nobody shuts him off on the baseline, and Raiden Orton has the first North Central field goal, and the Knights back on top at 10-8. Here's a jumper for Cody Frank, hangs and scores right over the top of Troy Reynolds. Good defense from Troy, but Frank a better shot. And we are tied at 10. The Badgers hanging right with the Knights here in this opening quarter of play with 1:25 to go. They get it to a cutting Eddie Reynolds. Reynolds double teamed along the baseline, feeds it back out to Painter. Knights have been cold from the outside. They've missed their first 4 attempts from three-point land. Halleck up top into the hands of Painter. With 1:10 on the clock, try to throw it into a cutting Troy Reynolds, and we've got a whistle and a foul on a reach-in. That goes on Kreitner. And I dropped my pen, so I got to get a new, thank you very much. As the foul goes on Connor Kreitner, his first, 6th team foul. Knights will inbound it and will be in the bonus for the rest of the half. Orton into Halleck, back to Raiden on the baseline. Now to Reynolds. Pospish checked in off that dead ball. Here's Troy on the drive, kicks it to Halleck. Halleck loses the dribble, gets it to Dolan. Dolan tries to turn the corner, shut off nicely. And now a 3-point shot, Dolan is front rim, no. He goes after the miss. and feeds it back out to Painter. Nice job, Dolan, following his shot. Painter spin move inside, can't get the shot to go. Gets his own miss, throws it up at the glass. That one won't fall. And the rebound out of bounds to the Badgers. Knights attacking the offensive glass with a couple of boards. But come up empty, and we're tied at 10 with 40 seconds remaining in our opening quarter of basketball. Knights coming off a win Tuesday against Cologne, up in Cologne. And for Valentine, they dropped a 65-41 decision to a 13-7 Shadron team in their last game, which came on the 5th. Got a foul on a drive and shot by Olson. The foul will be the second on Troy Reynolds, just the third on the Knights, but 2 here in the first quarter. On Reynolds, a combined 9 fouls now, as that puts Andon Olson at the line. 4-2, and the first one rattles home. Olson knocks that one in on the season. Andon looks like a 47% free throw shooter. Reynolds exits with the 2 fouls as Carson Anderson returns. Second free throw, good as well. Olson knocks in a pair. He has 4, and the Badgers back on top. 12-10, Valentine. We've had 6 lead changes here in the opening quarter. Knights with just 1 field goal, but 8 free throws made. Pospish pull up 16-footer. That one back rim. Knights are just misfiring from the outside. And Olson with his second board, and the Badgers can hold for 1 shot and a lead. Instead, Frank takes a deep 3. That one won't go. Painter the rebound ahead to Anderson with 4 seconds. Anderson takes it in, has the shot swatted by Olson, and then a block on the 3/4 court shot by Orton, who volleyball spiked that one. So Olson and Orton will both get credit for a block, as that'll take us to the end of our first 8 minutes of basketball. And on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard, it is Valentine leading the North Central Knights after 1, 12-10. We will come back after this 30-second timeout on KBRB and KVSH. Well, we have a 2-point ball game with 6 first quarter lead changes as we get set for the second 8 minutes of basketball here from Rock County High School, part-time home of the North Central Knights. Knights trailing the Valentine Badgers by a count of 12-10. Knights went 8 for 10 at the free throw line in the first quarter on 5 shooting fouls against the Badgers. Knights will be in the bonus now the rest of the half. 12-10 Valentine. Badger basketball moving right to left in their road red uniforms with the silver numbers and letters. Cody Frank with a tough catch on the sideline out there with Olson. Connor Kreitner along with Nathan Parrott and Cameron Jordan into the game, as there's a shot from Olson. That's blocked by Raiden Orton. Orton with his second block of the half. Jordan out there, one of the 2 seniors on this Valentine roster, along with Cody Frank. Knight basketball down 2, moving left to right in their home white uniforms with the blue numbers and letters. Great drive by Orton. Oh, wow, hitting his head hard is Nathan Parrott. He went up to try to block the shot from Orton. Orton is down as well, but Parrott basically went up to block the shot, got his leg hit. He came down hard on his head. Orton is limping as he gets to his feet. Parrott kind of tried to block the shot, fell onto Orton just a bit, that knocked his leg out from under him, and then Nathan Parrott hit the floor hard. Orton trying to walk it off as they attend to Nathan Parrott on the floor under the North Central hoop. It will be free throws for North Central, but we're going to take a 30-second timeout here, and while they tend to young Nathan Parrott on the floor. Well, we welcome those of you joining us as well on the Rock County video feed of the broadcast. Big thanks to Rock County Public Schools for incorporating our audio call into their video feed of these ball games here at Rock County High School. Nathan Parrott still on the floor after he went up to block a shot from Raiden Orton, got a leg taken out as he did. He was way up in the air, and when he came down, he landed hard on his head and shoulder area. So they are tending to him, getting some assistance from Rangeland Rehab there as they get him to a sitting position now. But, boy, really, you could hear the sound when Parrott hit the floor and that head hit the gym here at Rock County High School. So Raiden Orton also was kind of banged up on that play as he tweaked a leg and went to the floor. He would be the shooter for 2 free throws. Connor Kreitner committed the foul as they'll give him a hand as Nathan Parrott makes it to his feet. So he'll get some assistance over to the sideline. Always in this day and age, you're careful of those instances where the head makes contact in that way with the gym floor. So they will sit young Nathan Parrott down, just a junior. And so he'll go to the bench. And we'll see if Orton comes out. It doesn't look like he will. So Orton's going to walk toward the baseline and kind of exit the gym down the tunnel there as the Knights will bring in Eddie Reynolds to shoot the 2 free throws. So an injury substitution on the free throw. So Eddie Reynolds, well, they're going to call it a 1-and-1, not a shooting foul. So the foul was on the floor on Connor Kreitner. So a 1-and-1 here for Eddie Reynolds. And that free throw is in. Eddie comes in on the injury sub. And that is his first free throw on the season. How about that for an injury substitution? And Eddie will get the free throw. Knights have 9 points at the line on 11 attempts. Somebody into the lane too quickly. I think it was Troy Reynolds. So Eddie won't get credit. That free throw was off. Anyway, the Knights are now 9 for 12 at the line. They trail the Badgers 12-11 on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard. Opening minute of the second quarter. St. Mary's led West Holt at last check. We'll see if that game has gone to the half. 33-17, St. Mary's leading at the half. That shot won't go from Lancaster, but it's saved by Lancaster. He gets it back, tries to go out top, knocked away by Pospisil, but saved by Olson, and then a hand check call against the Knights on the loose ball scramble. That'll go against Carson Anderson, his first personal. So it's St. Mary's 33-17 at the half, leading West Holt. St. Mary's, the two-time Niobrara Valley Conference tournament champion. Back-to-back, they are 17 for 21 from the free throw line in the first half. And there's a travel called inside on Lancaster. Good defense by Eddie Reynolds to force the turnover. 4th turnover on Valentine. Knights have turned it over just once, but the Badgers with a 12-11 lead. We've played almost 10 minutes. The Knights have a total of 1 field goal in the game. They have 9 free throws made, but just 1 made field goal against this Badger man-to-man. Knights have been cold shooting from the outside. They're 0 for 5 from three-point range to start. Anderson wants to penetrate, takes it to the hoop, gets his defender in the air, misses the shot inside, and the rebound down to Lancaster. Did everything right except didn't get the finish to fall for Carson. The Badgers lead by 1 with the basketball. Lex Larson out there with 2 fouls. He, Lancaster, and Kreitner each have 2 for the Badgers. Olson's pass hits the bottom of the backboard, and the rebound or the turnover, well, actually has to call it a shot, as it did hit a portion of the backboard, just the bottom of it, trying to pass it along the baseline, were the Badgers. And here is Painter down inside, flips it up along the baseline and scores on the assist from Carson Anderson. Ryan Painter has his first field goal, and the Knights have a 13-12 lead, and there is a steal by Dolan Pospisil and then a foul on Seth Vavra. That's the 5th turnover on the Badgers, just a telegraphed pass that Pospisil jumped in and picked off, and then Vavra gets called for the foul, probably saved a layup the other way. Out will go Cody Frank. Into the game comes Jackson Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft, a 6'2 junior. Now here's the lefty at the free throw line. Dolan 2 for 2 at the line thus far. Misses on the front end of the 1-and-1. Rebound will be knocked off the arm of Ryan Painter and out of bounds. So Dolan misses the front end of that 1-and-1 opportunity. Knights have missed their last two of their last 3 free throws. 13-12, North Central on top by 1, under 5.5 to go here in the first half. Larson on the deep right wing. Both teams playing man-to-man defensively. There's a knock away and a strip steal by Dolan Pospisil. Just picked the pocket. The Badger on the wing, Larson. In the corner, Eddie Reynolds. Nice feed inside to Painter. Painter gets his defenders in the air. Shot under, hits the bottom of the rim, though. He was trying to get his arm arced out there to flip that one in, and the rebound comes down to Ravenscroft. Got a little too far underneath the hoop as his pump fake got 2 Badgers in the air, but when they came down, he tried to flip it up and in. It caught the bottom of the rim. Tried to spin it to get his arm. He extended that arm to get it out away from the bottom of that basket. Another knock away by Pospisil, but a save by Ravenscroft. Into the hands of Lancaster. Lancaster on the bounce to Larson. Boy, the North Central defense is picked up here in the second quarter. Deep 3. That one back rim for Olsen. The board down to Carson Anderson, and he wants to run. Takes it, pull up along the wing. That one won't go from 10 feet. Rebound to Lancaster. And then a foul, Dolan Pospisil coming in to try to pick the ball away. Knights lead it by 1. 13-12, they've held the Badgers scoreless for the first 3.5 minutes of this second quarter. Knights have scored just 3, but lead it by a point. We've had 7 lead changes already. There's a knockaway by Troy Reynolds and a steal. He takes it the other way and is fouled on the shot. That'll be the second on Andon Olsen to try to save the layup, put Troy Reynolds at the free throw line. So now you have 2 on Lancaster, 2 on Olsen, 2 on Larson, the starters, and 2 off the bench on Connor Kreitner. And again, you had Nathan Parrott who hit the floor hard coming down after trying to block a shot, and he has been on the bench since. Reynolds misses that free throw. Knight starting to go cold at the line. This will be free throw attempt number 15. We'll see Mason Hagan into the game for the first time for the Knights, 5'11" sophomore. Second free throw, Troy knocks home. He's 3 for 4 at the line for all 3 of his points. Knights are 10 for 15. The free throw line, 10 of their 14 points in this first half have come at the line, and a timeout will be taken by Coach Nick Larson of the Badgers with 4:14 to go in the half. We'll take a break as well, 30-second timeout. Greg Kinsey here with you on KBRB and on KVSH. We're back in 30 seconds. And we welcome you back here to this varsity doubleheader. Second game, North Central wins the girls' game 35-24. And here it's 14-12, North Central with a 2-point advantage over the Valentine Badgers midway through quarter number 2. It'll be Valentine basketball after they call the timeout. 3 remaining for Valentine. Knights have used 1 of their 5. It'll be Lex Larson, Andon Olsen, Jack Lancaster, Seth Vavra, and Jackson Ravenscroft. The 5 on the floor for Valentine. Knights counter with Troy Reynolds, Carson Anderson, Mason Hagan, Eddie Reynolds, and Ryan Painter as the Knights have gone to a little zone and a travel along the baseline on Vavra. That is all of a sudden 8 turnovers now on Valentine. Cody Frank back into the ball game will replace Vavra. Badgers down by a bucket. 14-12 to the Knights as we approach the midway point of quarter number 2 at the half. O'Neill St. Mary's led West Holt 33-17 and has the Huskies in foul trouble. West Holt's been playing some good basketball wins in the last couple weeks over Elkhorn Valley, Elgin Public, Pope John, and Stewart, all solid basketball teams. And then West Holt put on a fantastic second half on Tuesday in a game we had against Niobrara Verdigris. Deep 3, Ryan Painter. The Knights cannot get a shot to fall from outside. Offensive rebound down to Troy Reynolds. His 5th board of the half. Puts it up and scores. Just gathered, collected himself, then took a power dribble, went up strong with the ball, Reynolds with his first field goal. He has 5 to go along with 5 boards. He leads the Knights in both categories here in the first half. Ball loose on the floor. Lancaster tries to save it. Stolen away by Reynolds, who dives after it and then is still able to scramble up to his feet and pick off the ball before it goes out of bounds on the sideline. Just a super athlete is Troy Reynolds. Really helps this team, especially defensively. Anderson hanging in the lane. Misses the shot, but he'll go to the line. Foul starting to mount on the Badgers. That's the third on Lex Larson. So 3 on Larson, 2 on Olson, 2 on Kreitner, 2 on Lancaster. And Carson Anderson to the line for 2 free throws. He is 1 and 2. It's double bonus from here on out for the final 3:15 of the half for the Knights. Anderson short on the first free throw. This is free throw number 17 coming up in the first half here for North Central. Knights, though, just lead it by 4. In fact, this 4-point lead is their largest of this first half. Second free throw for Carson. That one finds the home. So like on his first trip, misses the first, makes the second. And he will exit as Dolan Pospisil returns. 17-12. The Knight lead is 5, which is the largest for either team in this game. We've had 7 lead changes. Knights have gone to a zone defensively. Into the corner, a 3 for Cody Frank. Won't go, but he's fouled on the shot attempt. And that'll put Cody Frank at the line for 3 free throws. This one will go against Eddie Reynolds. First foul on Reynolds, 6th on the Knights, but it'll put Cody Frank to the free throw line for 3 attempts. Frank, a 50% free throw shooter. That one crawls over the front rim and in. He has 3. And the Badgers back within 4. But they'll double their free throw total on this possession. They were 2 for 3, and Frank will get 3 free throws. In for the first time for the Knights comes Hunter Craven, a 5'11 sophomore. He'll give Painter a breather. So the Knights without 2 of their 3 leading scorers. In fact, without 3 of their leading 4 scorers on the floor as Frank nails all 3 free throws. Valentine 5 for 6 at the line. It's back to a 1-possession game at 17-15. Pospisil out to Craven on the wing, into the corner to Reynolds. Reynolds throws it inside for I'm not sure who. Craven able to save it, but into the hands of Olson. Just the second turnover on North Central, but you have Painter, Anderson, who's getting ready to check in, and all on the bench. Pospisil out there is going to get a travel call against Kreitner. 10th turnover on Valentine. So Anderson, Orton, and Painter roll on the bench. Orton has not returned since he hurt that ankle or leg, lower leg, when he was fouled. And then that's on the same play where Parrott was injured. Badgers turn it over for the 10th time. Knights with a 2-point lead. We'll see if Radin's able to make it back. Pospisil the drive, kicks it out to Craven. Now to Painter. Painter and Anderson both check in there for the Knights. Out there with Eddie Reynolds, Pospisil, and Craven. And Painter hits the deck as he is fouled on a shot. And Ryan will go to the line for 2. Fouls really starting to mount on Valentine. That one will be on Cody Frank, his first, but already in the double bonus are the Knights. That is foul number 11 in this half on Valentine as Ryan knocks in the free throw. Painter 3 for 3 at the line. North Central with only 3 made field goals in this first half, but they are 12 for 18 at the line and make it 13 for 19. As Painter knocks in a pair, he leads the Knights with 6. 5 for Troy Reynolds. Knights lead it 19-15 by 2 possessions. Vavra feeds it across to Olson. Olson high post to Lancaster. Lancaster against the zone on the baseline. Shot by Ravenscroft, no. Rebound tipped out and a foul called. Should be a 1-and-1 now for Valentine and probably put Lancaster, I believe, at the free throw line. And it's a second foul on Dolan Pospisil. We still have 2:04 to go in the half. That is now 18 fouls combined between these two teams. 7 on the Knights, 11 whistled on the Badgers. And a 1-and-1 for Lancaster. He knocks in the first. Jack had been 0 for 1 at the line. He has 5 points. Lancaster on the season is a 63% free throw shooter. Second one, in and out. Rebound tipped into the hands of Carson Anderson. So Lancaster splits the pair. High post to Painter, and he's going to travel with it. Just turnover number 3 on the Knights. Troy Reynolds returns for North Central. Out will go Hunter Craven. And again, we have not seen Raiden Norton return after injuring what looked like an ankle on a drive. Knights lead it by a possession, 19-16. Olsen brings it across the timeline, tries to go high post to Lancaster, and it's knocked away and stolen. Painter the other way, feeds to Dolan Pospischel. Pospischel takes it down the left side with a streak. Shot is blocked by Lancaster. And the board down to the Badgers. In the corner, 3 for the tie. Won't go for Frank. And Pospischel the rebound, and he is fouled, and that's going to be on Lancaster. That may be the 3rd on Jack, and will walk the other way for 2 free throws. That will be 3 on Lancaster, 3 on Lex Larson, 2 starters with 3 fouls now for the Badgers with 1:29 to go in the half. North Central leading 19-16, 13 of the 19 points coming at the free throw line, and make it 14 of the 20, as this will be free throw attempt number 21 of the first half for North Central. The Knights with 14 makes on 20 attempts. And another chance to pull ahead by 5, which would match their largest lead. That one good. Dolan knocks in the pair. He is 4 for 5. All his points at the free throw line. Knights are 15 for 21 as a team. Vavra brings it out top to Olsen against now looks like almost a 1-2-2 zone. Jumper from about 13 is good for Jackson Ravenscroft. And it's back to a 3-point game, 21-18 as we approach the 1-minute mark here in the half. Anderson, nice feed inside to Painter. Shot fade away, won't go from 8. Rebound down to Vavra. Badgers hanging right in there with the 10-9 Knights. Valentine at 1-17, trails by just 3. Frank cross-court pass to Vavra, knocked away on the pass out front by Reynolds, who takes it in and lays it home. Another steal for Troy out top. He has 7 in the half, and it's a 5-point lead for the Knights. And this pass along the sideline from Olsen to Frank is wide and out of bounds, and the Badgers now with 13 first half turnovers. And with 36 seconds remaining, the Knights by 5, and they get the basketball back. Pospischel gets the call from Coach Troy Graff on the set to run against the Badger man-to-man. Anderson looking for Reynolds, cutting through into the hands of Painter. A lot of movement. Good pass away from the ball, but Reynolds is going to travel with it. That's Eddie on the travel. Nice find from Painter, but I don't think Reynolds was quite expecting the pass to come in. That's 4 turnovers, 3 of them here in the second quarter on North Central. 18 seconds remaining in the half, 23-18. Knights by 5, girls won by 11 in a low-scoring game. And there's a travel by Frank with 9 seconds left. Good defense by Painter, and Valentine has turned it over on 4 straight possessions. Again, 2 starters on the bench, Lancaster and Larson with 3 fouls, Olsen and Kreitner with 2. The Badgers have committed 12 fouls in this first half. It's led to 21 North Central free throws. 5 seconds. Pospischel works down the left side of the lane, scoops it off the glass, and it falls somehow, defying gravity to beat the buzzer. Dolan's first field goal, and it gives North Central its largest lead at 25-18. Did not have a single 3-point make in that first half from either team. Your Tri-County Bank halftime score, North Central outscores Valentine 15-6 in the second and leads the Badgers 25-18. We will take a 60-second timeout, come back with our halftime show on KBRB and KVSH.
and that's where you'll be throwing from. And when the music starts, you'll have to throw your duck and try to get it to the middle. You should be aiming for the impact. To clarify, that is the green Pac-Man looking thing in the blue. And we will say, like, whoever lands their duck closest to the center of the lily pad will win the split the pot prize, which is $75. Please try to keep track of your duck or the number on your duck, just in case we do have them marked down when you buy them. And yeah. Okay, try to stay behind like the blue out-of-bounds line. And yeah, you can't keep the ducks, please throw them. Okay, thank you.
One each for Cody Frank, Jackson Ravenscroft, and Lex Larson. 2 assists for Andon Olson in the first half, 1 for Lex Larson, and 3 blocks for the Badgers. 1 by Jack Lancaster, 1 by Andon Olson, and 1 by Lex Larson. Badgers go 6 for 8 at the free throw line, but they are in some foul trouble as both Lancaster and Larson.
Olson with 2, and off the bench, Connor Kreitner with 2 fouls. For the Knights, 15 for 21 at the free throw line. Knights were led in the first half by 7 from Troy Reynolds. Troy 2 field goals in the second quarter. He went 3 for 4 at the line. Both Troy's buckets came on steals out high, turning defense into offense. It was 6 for Dolan Pospischel, 4 for 5 at the line, 6 for Ryan Painter, 4 for 4 at the free throw line. 2 points for Raiden Orton in the first quarter on a field goal. He was injured in the second quarter, and he is not out warming up. He's on the bench being tended to there, and they've got his shoe off, and he's going to elevate a foot. So his day may be done here tonight. Orton with 2 points, a rebound, and 2 blocks. It was from there 2 free throws for Carson Anderson on 4 attempts, a free throw on 2 attempts for Jackson Halleck, and a free throw on 2 attempts for Eddie Reynolds. Knights have 7 in the scoring column in the first half. Foul-wise for North Central, 2 on Troy Reynolds, 2 on Dolan Pospischel. Time for our keys to the second half, brought to you by Ainsworth Motors. If you need tires, if you need service, if you need maintenance, if you need a new vehicle, stop and talk to Brett and crew. If you need snow removed, if we ever get any snow in this country, knock on wood, you can call on the Ainsworth Motors crew to get that done for you. Got a couple new Broncos on the lot that look pretty sharp as Ford has reintroduced the Broncos. So hey, if you want to check that out, stop in and take a look at one of those couple sharp Broncos they've got on the Ainsworth Motors lot currently, along with some great new and previously owned trucks, some cars on the lot as well. That's Ainsworth Motors, your best in the West Ford store, East Highway 20 in Ainsworth. See why the difference is the dealer. Well, for Valentine, your key to the second half is take care of the basketball. At 14 turnovers, way too many for the Badgers. And while the Badgers stayed tight thanks to good man-to-man defense, those turnovers just found them in this 7-point hole. But still plenty of basketball left for Valentine. But you've got to take care of the basketball. And for the Badgers, limit the fouls. A lot of foul trouble this Valentine team. Play defense with your legs, not your arms, as they typically say. Play with your feet. And those are your keys to the second half for Valentine. For the Knights, boy, you got to think they've got to get the outside game going a little bit. North Central has been very cold outside. All their points have come on in close field goals and free throws. So they've been very cold from the outside for if you're North Central against this Valentine man-to-man. See if you can't free up some shooters. And there's a 3-point shot. Back rim no for Dolan Pospischel to start the second half as Lex Larson down with the board. So your key to the second half for North Central will be get a couple of those outside shots to fall, but instead you're going to get a miss and then a third foul on Dolan Pospischel. So Pospischel about the half-court line picks up a foul as his third, so he's in foul trouble now for the Knights. It's the starters back out there for Valentine. Frank, Olson, Lancaster, Vavra, and Larson. Knights have the starters out there as well. Painter, nope, Eddie Reynolds is out there instead of Orton, of course. Orton looks like his day may be over, leading rebounder and fourth leading scorer for this team. Shot for Vavra won't go. Good defense by Eddie Reynolds, and the rebound down to Troy. Troy leads the Knights with 6 boards in this one. So if Orton's day is done, which it appears it may be, going to rely on a little depth now for North Central with Eddie Reynolds, Jackson Halleck, maybe Hagan. Drive by Painter. That shot won't go, off the window, and the board down to Jack Lancaster. So the Badgers get a couple stops to start the second half. 15-footer, good for Lancaster on the assist by Larson. Nice little pull-up 15-footer for Jack. He leads the Badgers with 7 points. And Valentine gets the first points of the second quarter. Pospischel out to Anderson. Thought about the three. Doesn't pull the trigger. Now wants to penetrate. Kicks it to Eddie Reynolds. Eddie up top to Pospischel with 6.5 to go in a 5-point game. Badger defense has played pretty well to limit the Knights in this one. Reynolds, this is Eddie on the drive. The dish to Troy, takes it inside, and he's fouled. If that's on Larson, it's his 4th. Otherwise, it might be the 2nd on Cody Frank. We'll see who the call is on. It's on Frank. That's a break for the Badgers. And it will be 2 free throws again for Troy Reynolds. 3 for 4 at the line, 7 points. Troy leads the Knights in points and rebounds here in this one. 7.6 boards, having a nice game. And he's 3 for 4 at the line, just a 30% free throw shooter or so on the year. He misses that one off the front rim. Troy had been 31 or 32%, 10 for 31, but he is 3 for 5 in this one. Second free throw for Troy. That one is good. Troy with 8, first point of the second half for the Knights. Similar to a lot of their points in the first half, came at the free throw line. It is a 26-20 North Central lead. Olsen off a screen, tries looking inside, now finds Larson on the wing. High post to Lancaster, dribbles through traffic, and a foul on the floor against North Central. Let's see who that one goes on. It's on Painter. That will be Ryan's, I believe, first personal. Second whistle on North Central here in the third. Knights lead it by 6, 26-20. 6:04 to go in quarter three from Bassett. Good catch for Larson. Shot just a little too strong, and Painter down to the rebound. Good catch and shoot on the inbound from about 7 feet. Couldn't get it to fall. Painter kicks it into the corner. 3 for Anderson, and it's our first West Plains Bank 3 of the game. And the assist to Ryan Painter as Carson Anderson knocks down his first field goal. He's got 5. And Frank tries to answer with a deep 3. That won't go, but the rebound run down by Vavra. There's a drive by Olsen. Baseline jumper strong. Rebound to Carson Anderson. Knights finally got an outside shot to go off the hands of Carson Anderson. This one hangs on the rim as he's fouled on a shot from about 12 feet. And Carson will earn 2 free throws, and that's the 4th on Jack Lancaster. So 4 personals on Lancaster now with 5:26 to go in the third. So his third quarter will probably be done. 7 points, 4 boards, and a block. But we'll have to head to the bench as Anderson rattles home that free throw. Carson now with 4 in the third, give him 6 for the game. As Lancaster exits, back in comes Jackson Ravenscroft. Knights have pushed it to a 10-point lead, their largest after the 3 from Anderson and then the free throw. This one for Carson is good as well. He knocks in the pair. And we'll have a timeout on the floor taken by North Central. Again, Raiden Norton's day looks like it is over. We have not seen Nathan Parrott again after he hit his head, and he's got ice on the back of his head. So injury for each team, and we'll take a 30-second break with the Knights leading the Badgers 31-20. Well, Green Kinsey bringing you the call tonight on KBRB, AM 14, FM 106.3, KBRB.net. For those joining us on Heart City Radio, KVSH, AM 940 and KVSH.com. Glad to have you along with us. North Central wins the girls' game tonight, 35-24 in a defensive battle with the Valentine Badgers. Knights will go into next week's sub-district at 18-5 and will host Arcadia Loop City for a semifinal, followed by Burwell and West Holt. West Holt, a big win on the girls' side tonight, 45-34 over O'Neill St. Mary's. Last check on the boys' side in Atkinson was 55-32. St. Mary's leading the Huskies after 3 quarters of play there. Here we still have 5:25 to go in the third, just early third quarter action as the Knights have outscored the Badgers 6-2 here in the third quarter to push that 7-point lead out to 11. Drive by Olsen, can't get the shot to spin in, but he will draw a foul and will go to the line for 2. Olsen on the drive and earns the foul on Eddie Reynolds. That's 2 on Eddie. 3 fouls here early in the third quarter on the Knights. Again, no Raiden Orton for North Central. Knights have a week break. We'll take on Stewart on the road next Friday to close out the regular season. Free shot spins out for Olsen. Andon had been 2 for 2 at the line until that miss. Badgers attempting free throw number 10. They are 6 for 9. North Central is 18 for 25. This one front rim no, and the board down to Ryan Painter. Painter with 4 rebounds in the game. Knights lead it by 11. Pospisil wants to drive on Olsen, kicks it to Anderson. Another deep 3. That one won't go in that same spot. He just made one, and the rebound down to Vavra, his 5th. Vavra leads the Badgers with 5 boards, 4 for Jack Lancaster, but he's on the bench with 4 fouls. Frank, the Knights have gone to a little 1-2-2 zone that's bothered Valentine, and they're going to get a travel call against Olsen in the left corner. First turnover of the half on Valentine, but their 15th of the game. Jackson Halleck returns for the Knights as out will go, looks like Eddie Reynolds. So it's Pospisil, Troy Reynolds, Carson Anderson, Ryan Painter, and Jackson Halleck, the 5 on the floor for the Knights. Anderson up top to Painter, into the hands of Halleck. Now back to Pospisil. Valentine's played man-to-man the whole way. 4:25 to go in the third. Knights lead it by 11. Halleck on the wing looking for a cutter. Now gets a screen, feeds it out to Troy. Reynolds with the ball above his head, gets it to Pospisil on the deep left wing. Dolan tries to work down his left side, puts it in, scores, and the foul. Dolan protecting that ball like a fullback as he went down the left side of the lane. The natural left-hander using his strong hand gets the foul on Vavra and the and-one opportunity. That is 8 for Dolan, and it will be free throw number 26 already for North Central. Knights with their largest lead at a baker's dozen, 33-20. North Central 10-9 on the year. They can guarantee themselves a winning regular season if they can hold on to this one. Pospisil can't convert the three-point play, and the board down to the Badgers. Frank to Olson, deep right wing, tries to throw it inside, knocked away by Troy Reynolds and stolen by Halleck. Knights force a turnover. That 1-2-2 zone with Troy Reynolds at the top has really bothered Valentine here in the last quarter and change. Here's a drive by Anderson, and he travels with it, and Carson is hurt. Oh, that's not good. Carson tried to plant, and his feet went out from under him, and he is slow to get up. Already without Raiden Orton, Coach Troy Graff kind of not a great look there as he just sees that that's his second starter that's going to have a leg injury here in this game of some kind. Looks like favoring his right leg is Carson Anderson being helped off. So he will exit. Mason Hagan will return. That was just the 5th turnover on North Central. That's one tried to jump stop, did Anderson along the baseline, and his feet just went out from under him, and he stayed on the floor. 3:40 to go in the third, 33-20 Knights, but North Central now down 2 starters with apparent leg injuries. Swing it across, here's Olson, tries to throw it inside, and a foul on a reach-in on Halleck. They tried to get it inside to Ravenscroft. Second foul on Jackson. That's 4 fouls on North Central here in the third quarter. We still have 3:30 remaining in the third as Carson Anderson goes down the tunnel. Olson will take a 3 on the inbound. That one won't fall. Offensive board, though, down to Vavra. Outside 3 for Cameron Jordan. No. Rebound to Olson, and he is fouled. Well, the Knights are not boxing out on the glass. Good to see for North Central. Carson Anderson back and talking to Coach Graff, and Carson's going to check back in. So whatever it was with Carson seemed to be temporary. He'll come in as Troy Reynolds gets a breather. The foul was the 3rd on Jackson Halleck, so he and Pospisil each with 3, but that's 5 fouls now on the Knights. Here in the third, Frank will take a deep 3 on the inbound, and he buries it. First 3 for Valentine falls on the hands of Cody Frank. Frank made 3 free throws, fouled on a 3-point shot, and there's a reach-in foul on the drive by Dolan Pospisil as he took it right past the freshman Andon Olson. And I think it's Olson that'll pick the foul up. It will be, and that's 3 on Andon. So Larson and Olson with 3, Lancaster with 4. The fouls mounting on the Valentine starters. 4 fouls this half on the Badgers. Knights will inbound underneath. Halleck gets it into Anderson. Carson, jump stop, kicks it out to Dolan. Pospisil to Painter. 3 on the wing is away and in. It's a West Plains Bank triple for Ryan Painter as he stepped into that 3 on the assist for Dolan Pospisil. And Painter now with 9 for North Central. Pospisil with 8, Reynolds with 8. 36-23, Knights by 13. Answering the 3 from Cody Frank. Down on the baseline, Frank out to Vavra for 3. That one in and out. Rebound on the weak side to Dolan Pospisil. Pospisil brings it across and into the front court. Gets a screen from Halleck. Tries to take it down the left side. Loses it off his foot. And out of bounds to the Badgers. Back in comes Troy Reynolds. Out will go Painter. 36-23 with 2.5 remaining in the third quarter. Probably getting pretty close to a final here at the bottom half of the 9 o'clock hour, as it is a good fourth quarter for West Holt, but they fall to St. Mary's 64-50 was the final there. West Holt drops one. And that will, if you're a North Central fan, you'll like to hear that because that will likely put the Huskies in danger of falling behind North Central. It's going to be very close for the sub-district host seed. For a three-point shot missed by Frank, rebound down to Jackson Halleck. And under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, 36-23, Knights by 13. Hagan on the deep right wing gets a screen from Halleck. Shut off by Frank. Now he drives. Hagan all the way to the hoop. Shot won't go off the baseline jumper. Little floater along the baseline. The rebound down to Cody Frank. Badgers down by 13. Scored just 6 in the second. And the drive by Olson. Shot off the front rim won't go. Rebound loose. And Hagan runs it down. Mason with his first board. Knights get a stop. Lead by 13. They've held the Badgers to 5 here in the third after holding them to 6 in the second. The lead has grown from 7 at halftime to now 13. Good take down the lane. Reynolds and spins it in off the glass. Just such a quick first step for Troy Reynolds. He's in double figures with 10 to go along with a team high 6 rebounds. 38-23. Reynolds providing some offensive spark in a few of these games as there's a foul on the Knights on the drive by Olson. It looks like it'll go against Hagan. It's on the floor, but that's 16 fouls already for North Central with a minute remaining in the third. Eddie Reynolds and Ryan Painter return. Out will go Pospischal and Mason Hagan. Knights lead it by 15. Valentine basketball. It is Ravenscroft to inbound. Gets it into the hands of Olson. Drives, lifts up the shot along the paint. That one won't go. Gets his own miss and follows it up. And an Olson now with 6 to go along with 6 boards, 2 assists, and a block. 3 open for Painter. That one front rim, no. Rebound, though, chased down in the corner by Troy Reynolds. Good feed to Halleck. The shot is in. Assist and rebound for Troy Reynolds. Jackson Halleck with the bucket. And the Knights back up by 15 at 40-25. 30 seconds remaining here in quarter 3. Olson on the wing. It goes to Frank. To Kreitner. Back to Olson. Olson steps through the defense, gets it on the baseline jumper. That shot won't go for Cameron Jordan, and the board down to Halleck. Here's Anderson out top. Painter open for 3, measures it, hits it, drops another one. It's a West Plains Bank 3. Ryan Painter on the assist from Carson Anderson, and Painter could have had a cup of coffee to take that 3. And there's a shot off the front of the rim from half court by Cody Frank to close out a big third quarter for the North Central Knights. After 25 points in the first half, Knights put up 18 in the third, outscoring the Badgers 18-7 in the frame. And the Knights will take a 43-25 lead to the final 8 minutes of basketball on KBRB and KVSH. We're back after this 30-second timeout. Glad to have you back with us on KBRB and KVSH as we get set for the final 8 minutes of basketball and what's going to be a late night here for us. As had wrestling parents' night between the girls and boys varsity games. North Central won the girls' game 35-24, and the Knights lead the boys' game 43-25. Boy, North Central in the second and third quarters combined to outscore Valentine 33-13 after we had 7 lead changes in the first half. We've seen the Badgers hang with some solid teams before in the first half, only to kind of see themselves get a little space, but there is a good 3 to start the fourth for Cody Frank as he knocks in another triple. On the assist from Olson, the Knights, Carson Anderson gets it to Eddie Reynolds. Anderson went out with an injury for a little bit in that third quarter, but has been able to come back. Orton left in the second quarter with an injury. Great feed from Painter to Reynolds on the give and go, the little screen and roll. Reynolds couldn't get the shot to fall, and then it's knocked out of bounds off of the Knights. Good look. Troy just couldn't finish on that one. Reynolds has had a nice game offensively. He has 10 points, 7 boards, and an assist. 8 for Dolan Pospischel. Carson Anderson with 7. It's now a dozen for Ryan Painter on 2 third-quarter threes. 43-28. Jordan gets shut off by Painter. Needs some help. The 5-second count is on. Tries to go to Olson, and it's off the leg of Olson out of bounds. Good defense by Pospischel. That forces turnover number 17 on Valentine. Badgers had Nathan Parrott get hurt in the second quarter. Went up to try to block a shot. Came down on his head and shoulder area. We're going to have a timeout for Coach Nick Larson with 7:10 to go in the game. 43-28, and we're going to take a break as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds on KBRB and KVSH with the Knights up by 15 on the Badgers. Well, tomorrow we have a high school doubleheader on KBRB. It'll be Ainsworth hosting Gothenburg. Final Southwest Conference matchup for the Bulldogs. Ainsworth, the 2 seed in next week's C111 sub-district on the girls' side, will take on the Valentine Badgers in the 2-3 matchup. That'll be a fun one. From Ord that we'll have on KBRB next Tuesday. And tomorrow we will be all the way in Randolph, Nebraska, USA for the Stewart Broncos in a girls and boys varsity doubleheader. Will close out the girls' regular season for the Broncos against a couple of Randolph teams who have struggled a bit this year. Night ball off the timeout. Pospischel to Reynolds, out to Anderson for 3, and Carson knocks down another West Plains Bank triple. Good ball movement. Pospischel to Reynolds. Reynolds the assist to Carson. Anderson with 8 of his 10 coming in the second half, including a couple threes. Knights did not hit a 3-point field goal in the first half, went about 0 for 6 or 7, as there's a steal by Troy Reynolds in the high post. Reynolds feeds it to Pospischel. Knights' largest lead now matched at 18. Drive by Anderson, flips it up at the rim, but he is fouled and will go to the line for 2 with 6.5 minutes remaining. The foul will go on Jackson Ravenscroft, and it'll put Carson Anderson at the line. Anderson is 4 for 6 at the free throw line. He has 2 threes and 4 free throws for his 10 points. Free throw for Anderson, front rim, won't fall. Vavra and Larson return for Valentine. Out go Kreitner and Ravenscroft. Eddie Reynolds sits for North Central, as in for the first time comes freshman Zach Swanson. Swanson, 5'10 freshman. Knights getting some additional players in with Orton hurt in that second quarter. Anderson splits the pair, 1 for 2 on that trip. Knights are 19 for 28 at the free throw line. 5 fouls on the Badgers this half, 6 on the Knights. This one, Vavra is reached in on the entry pass and fouled by Ryan Painter. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Seth Vavra. That is the second on Painter. 7th team foul on the Knights, so Vavra at the line for a 1-and-1. Vavra 2 points. That came on a first half field goal on the season. He's a 61% free throw shooter, and that one is good. Seth knocks that one in. Badgers, that's just their 3rd attempt at the line here in the second half. Vavra, the 5'11 sophomore. It's a young team for Coach Nick Larson, just 2 seniors on the roster. This one good as well. Vavra hits the pair. Badgers are 8 for 12 at the line. Knights are 19 for 28, and then there's a travel in the backcourt on North Central against a little Valentine pressure. Just the 7th turnover on the Knights. But down 17, Badgers will get it back underneath their own hoop, forcing the turnover in the backcourt. Vavra starts the play, gets it to Frank for a corner 3. It won't go. Rebound tapped around, out to Frank. Frank will keep the possession, takes it all the way to the hoop. Shot won't fall. Rebound to Vavra. He puts it up, can't finish. Vavra again, and he's fouled. Vavra with 2 more rebounds. And we'll be to the free throw line for 2. Still 6:05 to go in this one. We're going to be playing deep into the night. That's the 3rd foul on Painter. The 8th team foul on North Central as Vavra's free throw is in. Vavra's knocked in 3 in a row. He has 5. To go along with a game high 8 rebounds. Second one for Seth. That one rattles home. Badgers shooting it pretty well at the line, 10 for 14. Now out will go Cameron Jordan. Back in comes Lancaster with his 4 fouls. Jack 7 points, 4 boards, and a block, but had to sit much of that third quarter with foul trouble. Now gets back in at 6:05 to go. Knights inbounded to Carson Anderson. They'll try to clear it out for Carson. Brings it ahead past Lancaster into the front court. Under 6 to go and a 15-point North Central lead. Knights led it by 18 at the end of 3. Pospisil out to Swanson. Swanson tries to turn the corner to Anderson. Anderson to Painter. Painter on the left wing, guarded by Vavra. They set a screen for Ryan. And a carry called on Painter. 8th turnover on the Knights comes with 5:37 remaining. Braden Orton left in the second quarter for North Central, has not returned. Nathan Parrott in the same play, injured for Valentine, hit his head hard on the floor. He has not returned, is on the bench. Frank takes a 16-footer. That won't go, but the rebound tapped into the hands of Lancaster to keep the possession. Vavra on the drive, shut off nicely on the baseline by Halleck, and then his pass tipped by Pospisil and stolen by Swanson. 19th Badger turnover. Pospisil one-on-one against Lancaster, all the way to the hoop, can't finish. Rebound to Halleck, and he is fouled on the putback. Pospisil hit the floor hard after missing the shot. He wanted the foul call on Lancaster. Instead, it's an offensive rebound for Jackson Halleck, and he'll go to the line for 2, as that is the 4th foul on Lex Larson. So Jack Lancaster and Lex Larson each with 4 for the Badgers, as the free throw off the right side of the rim for Halleck. Halleck 3 points off the bench, 1 for 3 at the line. Out go Swanson and Painter. Back in come Eddie and Troy Reynolds. 47-32 North Central with 5:06 to play. Second free throw for Halleck. That one hangs on the rim 2-3 times. The rebound into the hands of Cody Frank. So the Knights miss on those 2 attempts, or North Central is 19 for 30 at the line. Frank pestered on the sideline by Pospisil, gets it to Olson. Knights now a little 3-2 zone look. A couple different zones for North Central. Frank along the baseline. His bounce pass is knocked away and stolen by Troy Reynolds. Troy Reynolds had a good game with steals. I don't track steals individually, but that's about 5 or 6 for Troy. A couple of them in the first half led to layups. And now we've got a foul on Valentine. That's going to be it for Lex Larson. Should be a 1-and-1 for North Central, but with 4:39 to go, Lex Larson will foul out of the game. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. So back in will come Connor Kreitner. 1-and-1 for Carson Anderson. Anderson at the line is 5 for 8. And this one is no good as it swirls out, and the rebound down to Seth Vavra. He's got 9 boards. Knights all of a sudden are now 19 for 31 at the line, but they're just 1 for their last 5, 1 for their last 6. Down 15, Badger basketball. Cross-court pass to Olson. Halleck there to pick him up. Gets it to Lancaster. Shot too strong, and a foul over the back on Lancaster, and that's going to do it for Jack. So we'll walk the other way for another 1-and-1 opportunity, and that is the 5th on Jack Lancaster with 4:16 to go. So he's the second Badger to foul out of this one. He fouls out with 7 points, 5 rebounds, and a block. Painter returns as Anderson sits, and will walk the other way for a 1-and-1 for Eddie Reynolds, who is 1 for 2 at the line for his only point. 15-point game, still 4:16 to go in the games. Free throw is up for Eddie. That one won't fall. Rebound, though, saved by Jackson Halleck, and then he's on the baseline. That's when he got it, so it'll be Badger basketball. But now the Knights starting to cool off from the free throw line. 32 free throw attempts for North Central, making 19. Badgers are 10 for 14. Scoring is kind of slowed down here. Knights lead 47-32. Olson feeds it on the wing to Kreitner. Kreitner against the zone, has it stolen away, and again it is Troy Reynolds. Takes it the other way and lays it home. The defense from Troy Reynolds in this one. Troy now with a dozen for the Knights. 49-32. And again, it's Troy knocking it away at the top of that zone and picking up the steal. Boy, such a quickness out front for Reynolds. Painter, good give and go to Halleck, and he's fouled on the shot. Nice little screen and roll. They tried to switch on the screen. Halleck just rolled right to the hoop. We saw that play work for the Knights against Anselmo Myrna a couple of weeks ago. And the foul goes on Cody Frank, his third, puts Halleck to the line. This will be a two-shot foul, 9th foul on the Badgers. They've been called for 21 fouls in the game as Halleck can't get that free throw to fall. Jackson 0 for 3 in the second half, 1 for 5 in the game. This will be free throw number 34 for North Central. Pospisil exits as Mason Hagan returns. There's one for Halleck at the line. Knights are 20 for 34 and lead it by 18, matching their largest lead of the game, 50-32. Badgers have had 2 starters foul out. Kreitner into the hands of Jordan. Swing it around to Cody Frank. Frank has 11 in the game, including 2 threes in this second half. Olsen triple team, gets it out to Frank for another 3. That one won't go. Good look. Rebound to Ryan Painter. Painter brings it up himself, swings it to Hagan, and Hagan travels with it. 9th turnover on the Knights. Still 3:02 remaining. North Central on its way, it appears, to 11-9 on the season, and it's going to be really tight for that sub-district seeding between North Central and West Holt. West Holt was ahead of the Knights a bit, losing to St. Mary's tonight 64-50. And we've got a whistle and a travel on the Badgers and an Olsen. And in for North Central will come Cole Otten. Otten, a 6-foot freshman, replaces Jackson Halleck. So the Knights have played now, it looks like 11 in this game. Hagan across the line, bounces it in the corner to Eddie Reynolds. Reynolds loses the dribble. Cross-court pass saved by Reynolds. Touch pass to Painter. Painter gets a screen, backs it out, takes a 3. Too strong. Rebound down to Cameron Jordan. We go under 2.5 to play in an 18-point ball game. Jordan loses the dribble against the 1-2-2 zone, brings it out top to Cody Frank. High post, here's Vavra, 15-footer. That one hangs on the rim, won't fall, and another board for Painter, his 6th. Knights are going to continue to go deeper into their bench. Drive by Ryan, floater off the glass, won't go. Vavra down with his 10th rebound. Good play from Seth Vavra, the 5'11 sophomore. 6 points, 10 boards in this one. Frank tries to throw it inside to Vavra, knocked away by guess who? Troy Reynolds, and then we've got a foul called against who? Oh, it's called against Troy. So it'll be Vavra to the line. Troy thought it was the other way around. He thought he had the clean steal, and then Vavra knocked into him. Troy will exit with his 3 fouls, but a nice game for Reynolds. 12 points, 7 rebounds, and an assist, and a bundle of steals out front. Looks like the day over for Painter as well as we see into the game. Dylan Benamarito for the Knights, and Craven returns. Free throws here for 1 and 1 for Vavra. That one won't go. Long rebound run down by Connor Kreitner. Vavra was 4 for 4 at the line until that miss. Here on the baseline, shot is up and blocked. That shot taken by Austin Keybors. It was blocked by the Knights' Eddie Reynolds. Here is Benamarito up high with 1:32 to go. Craven will travel with it. Out high, trying to step into a 3. Turnover number 10 on North Central. 88 seconds remaining. Knights will bring another player in off the bench, Jamison Painter, for the first time, 5'11 sophomore. So Benamarito, Painter, Hagan, Otten, and Craven, the 5 on the floor for the Knights. Matt Gibson comes on for Valentine for the first time. 3-point shot won't fall. Keybors, the offensive rebound, and he is fouled on the putback and will go to the line for 2. That foul on Hunter Craven. 1:15 remaining in this one, and to the line is Austin Keybors, a 6-foot junior in for the first time, and that free throw falls. Austin in the varsity scoring column for the Badgers. This is free throw number 17 for Valentine. They're 11 for 16 at this point. Second one for Keyboards. That one too strong. Rebound, though, down to Vavra. Vavra puts it up. Can't finish, but he is fouled. So Vavra will go back to the line for two. Double bonus situation. That foul on Cole Otten is his first. With 1:11 remaining. Free throw is up and won't fall. Vavra's missed his last two after hitting his first four. 6 points, a game high 11 rebounds for Seth. Second free throw with 71 seconds remaining. That one won't fall either. Rebound down to Kreitner, and he's going to travel with it. So Kreitner will get credit for a rebound on the two misses from Vavra. But then turnover number 24 on the Badgers. Benarito enters it into Craven, but it's knocked out of bounds by Vavra with 1:05 remaining. So tomorrow I'll make the road trip to Randolph for the Stewart Broncos, and it will be Ainsworth and Gothenburg on AM 14, 106.3 in the web. Hagan throws it ahead to Cole Otten, who takes it in, lays it home. Hagan on the assist as Cole Otten gets on the board. Under a minute to go, 52-33 game. Olsen up top to Gibson. Back to Andon Olsen, looking inside for Vavra. Quadruple teamed, you don't see that often. Out to Olsen for three, won't go. Rebound knocked loose and down to Hagan. Mason loses it. Gibson comes up with the steal. Gibson is fouled on the shot with 32 seconds remaining. And he'll go to the line. Well, let's add some more free throws to the total. This will be free throws number 20 and 21 for the Badgers. Knights have taken 34 free throws, making 20. Free throw for Gibson is off the front rim. Matt trying to get on the board for the first time. Or whoops, is that... I've got that listed as Logan Muirhead. Sorry about that. Logan might be the case there. Sorry about that. That is Logan Muirhead missing the two free throws. Apologies on that one. My roster had a little something different than the other one I'm looking at now. So a foul on Connor Kreitner with 27 seconds left. We'll put Mason Hagan at the free throw line. And the free throw is in. Hagan knocks one in. He's on the varsity scoreboard. 9 players in the scoring column for North Central. And now a 20-point game. Hagan hits the pair. Knights are 22 for 36. Hagan will exit as back in comes freshman Zach Swanson. So we're in our final seconds of this one as we plow ahead toward the 10 o'clock hour tonight on KBRB. Glad to have you along with us for this varsity doubleheader between North Central and Valentine. Knights won the girls' game 35-24. Vavra's pull-up 15-footer is in and out. Rebound tapped out to Cole Otten. And with 10 seconds left, Swanson gets it ahead to Craven. Into the hands of Painter, who can't get the three away. Swings it out top to Swanson with three. And he'll just let the clock expire. And your final score, the North Central Knights go to 11-9 with a 54-33 victory over the Valentine Badgers. Badgers with the loss fall to 1-18. That's your Tri-County Bank game final. We'll take a 60-second